And we're back. Special shout outs to Eden and Venice. Whoa, thanks for the tarts that you made. Woo! Eat them after my video. Something to look forward to. You will always love food from Foods class. Thanks so much. Okay, let's see here. So we were working hard on the quarterfinal practice test. Remember how to do division with rationals? Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. So we go 2x squared plus 4x over x squared minus 4. Change to multiplication. And then flip it. Here we go. Keep, change, flip. So then you got to factor and cancel stuff out, right? Factor and cancel stuff out. So x squared minus 4 factors, we pull out a 2x. And when you pull out a 2x, we're left with an x plus 2. Yeah. You pull out a 3 here, and you're left with x minus 2. And then over here, factors of 2 are 1 and 2. Both have to be negative. And then you could fruit ninja. Fruit ninja. X can't equal positive 2, negative 2, 1, 2. I already have 2. Don't forget the negative. Okay, so then fruit ninja. So we have our x plus 2's that cancel. Our x minus 2's that cancel. Anything else that cancels? Not really. So 2x and 3 is 6x all over x minus 2 times x minus 1. Way-o. Here we go. Okay, simplify each expression. Do you know how to pull out things? Like maybe a perfect square, like 4 times 2 is 8. And 16 times 2. And 9 times 8. Ooh, maybe 36 times 2. And maybe 25 times 3. Yeah, so those are all basically being square rooted, right? They're all being square rooted. Don't forget the 3. They're all being square rooted. We just took each of those square roots and factored them into smaller square roots because some numbers are whole numbers, they're perfect squares, and then come out. So the square root of 4 is 2, and 3 times 2 is 6. The square root of 16 is 4. Oh, don't forget the minus. Radical 2. And then square root of 36 is 6, and 6 times 3 is 18. Try it on your own. Pause me. Remember, pause me. Try it on your own, then push play, see how you did. Minus the square root of 25 is 5. And now we can combine like terms. So 6 radical 2 minus 4 radical 2 is 2 radical 2. Plus 18 radical 2 is 20. Radical 2 minus 5 radical 3. So cannot combine those two, cannot combine those two. Nice. Anything to the 0 power is just a 1. Distribute, we get 16x squared times 2x to the 3rd power. 16 and 2 is 32. Add the powers, right? Add the powers. Nice. Let's see, square root of 6. Oh, cube root of 16. That'd be cube root of 8 times cube root of 2. Plus cube root of 54 would be, I don't know, 27? Yeah, maybe 27. So 3 times the cube root of 27. And 27 times the cube root of 2. So the cube root of 8 is 2 times the cube root of 2 plus 3. So plus 3 times the cube root of 27, which is 3. And 3 times 3 is 9 times the cube root of 2. Ooh, and you can add those because they're both cube root of 2's. So you can add those because they're both cube root of 2's. And so 2 plus 9 is 11, cube root of 2. Nice, nice. Find all the zeros, given that's a factor. Whoa. So do you remember? Do you remember how to do synthetic division, long division? Do you remember? Let's see. So x minus 3 is a factor. So write in completely factored form. List all the zeros. So let's see here. Find all the zeros. So we take that guy, or it's not going to let me. Here we go. Okay, so don't use negative 3, right? Do x minus 3 equals 0, add 3 to the other side. Yes, use a positive 3. So positive 3, upside down house, all the powers are there. So 2, negative 3, pause me. Do you remember how to do synthetic division? Come on, it's not been that long, has it? Pause me. So bring down the 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 with the negative 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 with the negative 8 is 1. And 3 times 1 is 3. That's good because you've got a remainder 0. Is it 1 power more or less? It's less. So x cubed is now going to go down to squared. So 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. They want you to find all the zeros, so we're going to have to factor it more. So 2x and x and 1 and 1. And then we're going to do 1 times 2 is a 2x plus a 1x is a 3x. And so our completely factored form with the x minus 3 is this guy right here. Good. And then what are our zeros? Well, our zeros are opposite sign. So that's going to be a plus. We get positive 3. We get negative 1. And then 2x plus 1, you have to set equal to 0, and minus 1 to the other side. And then you divide by 2. So negative 1/2. Nice. Remember how to do that? Synthetic division? Find the inverse. I didn't know. Yeah, we teach that this year. Inverse. So to find the inverse, all you do is switch the x's and y's and solve for y. So switch the x's and y's and solve for y. So y equals the square root of 3x minus 4. So now we're going to go ahead and switch them. So x equals the square root of 3y minus 4. And then you just have to solve for y. Solve for y. So we're going to go ahead and solve for y by power 2ing. Let's use a different color there. So power 2 both sides. And then we have x squared is equal to 3y minus 4. And then we're solving for y, so we're going to add 4 to the other side. So we get x squared plus 4 is equal to 3y. Because we had to add 4 to the other side and then divide by 3. Divide by 3. So y is equal to x over 3 plus 4 over 3. It's both of them divided by 3, but I just separated it. And that could also be classified as 1/3 with the x there. Cool. Find the inverse. Find the inverse. So y equals x to the 3rd power minus 1. X equals y to the 3rd power minus 1. We're going to add 1 to the other side. So we have x plus 1 is equal to y to the 3rd power. And then we're going to cube root both sides. So y equals the cube root of x plus 1. That seems like an easy one. Switch the x's and y's and solve for y. Okay, can you graph a radical equation? Do you remember how to graph radical equations? So remember it's opposite. It's actually left 5, down 1, right? So we go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1. And then usually we're going to go over 1, up 1, and over 4, up 2, because the square root of 4 is 2. But that 2 is going to make it get bigger than that. So usually our parent function is 0, 1, 4. because the square root of 0 is 0, square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2. But because of the 2, we're going to multiply the y values times 2. So times 2 times 2 times 2. So we're actually going to go over 4, up 4. So from here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1, up 2. So we're going to go from here, over 1, up 2. And then 0, 0 still. But our 0, 0 is actually down here still. So yeah. Okay, so we're going to go up and to the right, up and to the right. And so our domain is going to be -5 to infinity. So -5 to infinity. And the range is going to be down here at -1 upwards. Remember how to do all that? Come on, you remember all the curriculum you've learned this year? Woo! Keep on going. Nice. Next page. Do you matter how to graph exponential growth? Exponential growth. So you can just do an XY table. This is going to be not left 4, but it is going to be right 4. So right 4 and up 1. So maybe we just want to graph 3x first with an XY table and then shift it. So we could do -1, 0, 1 and plug each of those in. So that's 3 to the -1, 3 to the 0, 3 to the +1. So that's 1/3, 1, and 3. So we go -1 up 1/3, 0 up 1, over 1 up 3. And so this is our parent function taken off there. But we're going to go right 4 up 1 with this coordinate here, right? So we're going to go right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1. And that means also down here, we're going to go over 1 and up 1, 2, 3. Good. And so then we'll take off like that. And so that means we do have an asymptote right there at 1. So we have a y = 1 asymptote because of this guy right here. Our range then is 1 to infinity, not including the 1 because it's an asymptote. And then -infinity, +infinity. Nice. Let me see here, we're on 12 minutes, still going strong. Okay, so we're going to have to graph the parent function first for logarithms. So we're going to go ahead and do the parent function. So y = log of 4 of x. And then we'll go left 3 down 2. Make sure you pause me. Remember, pause me. What are you doing? Don't just copy. You're going to fail the final exam. Pause me. Try it on your own. Try it on your own. So left 3 down 2. So first we do our parent function by switching the x and the y's. So we're going to shove a 4 underneath it, and that's going to help us to graph this, because that gets rid of the log. And now we have x is equal to 4 to the y power. And now we can do an xy table there. But we're doing for the y values this time, because that's the inverse. Because exponentials, logs are inverse of exponentials. Switch the x's and y's. So now we're going to plug those in. So it's going to be 4 to the -1 power now. So 4 to the -1 is 1/4. 4 to the 0 power is 1. And then 4 to the 1 power. So 4 to the 1 power is 4. Whoops. So 4 to the 1 power is 4. So over 4 up 1. So over 4 up 1. 1, 0. And then over 1/4 down 1. And there's our parent function. Whoa, whoa. That's our parent function. And so now we're going to go ahead and shift it now, right? Because that's the parent function. So now we're going to shift it left 3 and down 2. So from here, we'll go left 1, 2, 3, down 2. Same with that one down here. And then this one here will also go left 1, 2, 3, down 2. And there's our graph. Nice. Remember how to do that? And so we have a vertical asymptote at x = -3 coming from this guy. But opposite sign for the vertical asymptote. The range will be negative infinity. No, the range will be, the domain will be, no, the range will be negative infinity, positive infinity, going down and up forever. But now our domain is limited to -3, which is our asymptotes, to infinity. Remember how to do logs? Remember how to do logs? Radicals? Use your calculator to compute 3 decimal place accuracy. I'm not going to do all these because that just feels like that's something easy you could do. But I will do the expanding of properties, definitely for sure. So this will split into 1, 2, 3 logs. So we have log base 4. What does multiplication become? Addition. Log base y squared plus log base 4. Sorry. Log base 4 is what we're looking at there. So log base 4y squared plus log base 4z. And then don't forget the 2 goes in the front. And that's our answer. What does this become? We have ln of 3 times, and times becomes plus ln of y. And the square root of y is actually the half power. And that half power can now go in front. It goes in front. And then, so then we're going to minus, because division becomes minus x squared. And x squared goes in front. So our final answer is ln of 3 plus 1/2 ln of y minus 2 ln of x. Remember how to expand? Do you remember how to condense? Again, if you want to remember how to do this, for these ones, you go second e to the negative 0.5 power. What the? There we go. So that's just 0.6065 to 3 decimal places would be 0.607. 3 decimal places. So log 72, not bad. 1.857. Log base 6 of 21, that's a little tricky now. You got to go math, then you got to go log base. So log base 6 of 21. And that's 1.699. So I did it really fast for you, just so you can check your answers, because I care about you. So thanks so much for working hard there. Condensing, how do we condense? So we condense by condensing down to 1 log. 1 log. And it's actually log base 10 is what those actually are. They're hidden, but they're actually base 10 if there's nothing there. You can leave it as log though. So then, oh, don't forget the 3 goes back first. The 3 goes back. The power goes back when condensing. So then we have log base 10, 5. Addition becomes multiplication. Y to the 3rd power. Subtraction becomes division with the z in the bottom. So that's our answer, log 5y cubed over z. Do you remember how to condense? Do you remember how to expand for the final exam? So that's going to condense to just ln. Ooh, the 2 is going to go in front here. So that's going to be 2 squared. And so we'll have x divided by 2x plus 5. All squared. I'm just going to leave it like that, I think. We'll just leave it like that. X minus becomes x divided by. Nice. Solve each equation. Check for extraneous solutions. Do you remember how to solve radicals? Do you remember how to solve logs? So you do have to condense first. So we have log base 2. X plus 2, what does plus become? It becomes times. So x plus 2 times x equals 3. How do you undo the 2? You shove a 2 underneath it and raise you up, stand on mountains. I raise you up, stormy seas. So that gets rid of the log. We distribute the x through, so we get x squared plus 2x equals 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. We minus 8 to the other side. Do you remember how to do these? And we go ahead and factor it. Factor it, factor it. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 4 and a minus 2. So then we get x equals positive 2 and negative 4. But you can't do log of a negative 4. No, no. So that one does not work. So just x equals 2 for that one. Remember how to solve for logs? Do you remember how to solve for exponentials? So this 64 can actually break down into 8 times 8, which is 8 squared. And that's being raised to the 2x plus 1. And now you can multiply the powers. So that's 4x plus 2. And why did we do that? Why did we do that? Because now we have 8 on both sides for bases. Yeah, we got to factor the 64. And now we can log base 8. And now we can log base 8. Both sides. And so that gets rid of the base 8. So 3x minus 5 is equal to 4x plus 2. We're going to minus 3x to this side. So we get x. And then we'll go ahead and minus 2 to this side gives us a negative 7. So x equals negative 7. And if you plug that in, it should work, I think. Because negative 7 and 2 is negative 14, plus 1 is negative 13, times 2. Well, let's assume it works. I hope it does. If I made a mistake, email me for extra credit, and I'll see if it's right. I'm going really fast trying to help you bust through this. Okay, so you do have to minus 5 first. SAD MEP is what we're doing, not PEMDAS. We're doing SAD MEP. SAD MEP is what we're doing there. So then we're going to minus 5. So 20 minus 5 is 15. And then we'll divide by 3. We get 5. We bring it down. Square root of 2x minus 1. Just doing a quick review just to check your answers. Power 2 both sides, we get 25. And then we're going to, add 1 to the other side, so we get 26. Bring down the 2x, divide by 2, we get 13. X equals 13 for number 23. Because 13 times 2 is 26. 26 minus 1 is 25. Square root of 25 is 5. That's 15 plus 5 is 20. It works. Cool. Do you remember how to use the formulas? Do you remember how to use the formulas for logarithm exponential growth with savings? Do you remember with logs and exponentials? Yeah. So we'll probably show you in the next video since we just hit 23 minutes. Boom. See you soon. Bye for now. Thanks again, Eden and Venice. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye for now.